Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. To understand the significance of this result, you have to understand the rivalry. Argentina versus Brazil is not just a football match, it is a cultural clash, a battle for continental supremacy that goes back more than a century. Since their first meeting in 1914, they have played more than 100 times and their head-to-head record is almost perfectly balanced. Brazil has won 5 World Cups, but Argentina has more Copa America titles. This rivalry is defined by icons like Pelé and Maradona. Controversy and intense emotions. When the game kicked off on March 26, 2025, the two teams could not have been more different. Argentina, the reigning world champions, were a perfect machine under Lionel Scaloni. They were confident, tactically brilliant, and played like a true unit. Brazil, on the other hand, were in complete transformation after multiple coaching changes. The pressure was intense, and that pressure was about to reach its peak at the Monumental in Buenos Aires, a hallowed venue for Argentine football. Argentina's plan was clear from the first whistle. They were aggressive, and their pressure completely thwarted Brazil's attempts to build from behind. It took just 4 minutes for the first crack to appear, when Thiago Almada's pass broke through the defense and found Julian Alvarez. A quick move exposed the Brazilian team's main weakness, the spider, with his killer instinct. Made no mistake, 1-0, that goal was a textbook example of Scaloni's game plan. Finding space between the center-backs and full-backs and attacking at relentless pace. Brazil, supposedly set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation, seemed completely unprepared for the intensity. Their defensive lines were in disarray, and the midfield was immediately overrun. The first goal set the tone. Argentina drew first blood, and they were just getting started. What followed was a masterclass in midfield control. While Brazil are famous for their brilliant, free-flowing football, Scaloni's Argentina are built on tactical intelligence and dominance in the middle of the park. And on this day, that engine was running at full throttle. The trio of Enzo Fernandez, Rodrigo de Paul and Alexis McAllister were in a different world. So how did they do it? It was a mix of structure and freedom. Scaloni's system is incredibly flexible, but the key is how his midfielders adapt. De Paul was the enforcer, flying around the pitch to break Brazil's rhythm. Enzo Fernandez, who played deep, was the conductor, always looking for that killer forward pass, and McAllister, in a more advanced role, was a ghost, constantly appearing in dangerous areas behind Brazil's midfield. This complete advantage in the middle took the life out of Brazil's attack. Brazil's entire game plan relied on dynamic wingers like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo providing the ball in one-on-one situations, but they rarely got a touch from them. Every time Brazil tried to play from the center, they were met with a short, intelligent wall of blue and white. Argentina either forced them out, where the press blocked them, or played hopeful long balls that center-back duo Christian Romero and Nicolas Otamendi ate up for breakfast. The humiliation was compounded by the fact that Brazil's players had no answers. Argentina's pressure was relentless, while Brazil's own attempts to create pressure were disorganized and ineffective. The tactical gap between the two managers was a huge one, and it was widening. We love this kind of tactical breakdown. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to understand this beautiful game more deeply, do us a big favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. The midfield battle was so clearly won that there were chances to score. The second goal came just 8 minutes after the first, and it perfectly demonstrated Argentina's dominance. It was another quick, brilliant team move. Enzo Fernandez drove in from deep and continued his run into the box and finished what he had started, making it 2-0. Brazil were stunned. Their star attack was completely disintegrated. A mistake by Christian Romero led to a goal by Matheus Cunha, but Argentina's response was swift and powerful. 10 minutes later, Alexis McAllister headed in a perfect cross from Enzo Fernandez to put Argentina 2 goals ahead, 3-1. That goal was another memorable one, a testament to Argentina's lethality. The final nail in the coffin was a perfect symbol of Brazil's eventual defeat. A Brazilian free kick hit the crossbar, a moment that could have led to a late comeback. Instead, Argentina took the lead immediately. The move ended with a powerful shot from substitute Giuliano Simeone, making it 4-1. The difference was clear. Brazil's last hope hit the woodwork, and Argentina were humiliated by scoring a goal soon after. The scene as the final whistle blew spoke volumes. Argentina's players were into the historic victory was celebrated, and a frustrated Brazilian team is struggling to come to terms with the result. It could cost them their manager their job. The consequences were swift and severe for Brazil. A 4-1 defeat, their worst in World Cup qualifying, was the final blow. Days later, coach Dorival Jr. was fired, throwing Brazilian football into a complete identity crisis for Argentina. The victory was a huge statement. They became the first South American team to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, and they did so by defeating their arch-rivals. It wasn't just a victory, it was a show of strength. A message to the world that the reigning champions were not complacent, they were hungrier than ever to win. The match was a huge moment in their long rivalry. While the head-to-head record is solid, this result, along with Argentina's recent victories in the 2021 Copa America final and 2023 qualifiers at the Maracana, signals a clear shift in power in South America. The day Argentina beat Brazil 4-1 was not just about goals, it was a tactical defeat, a story of utter chaos for a team. Lionel Scaloni's team has achieved a remarkable feat in modern football. They were extremely strong in defense, tactically brilliant and highly skilled. They dominated the midfield, kept Brazil's biggest stars at bay and exploited every weakness in their opponent's game plans. For Argentina, it was a performance that cemented their status as the best team in the world. A team that could beat any opponent despite their legendary number 10. For Brazil, it was a historic low point, a national shame that forced a painful period of introspection. It was a final, brutal and unforgettable chapter in the greatest rivalry in international football, a day when the Albiceleste didn't just win. They won. What do you think was the biggest reason for Brazil's defeat? Was it strategy, mentality, or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to stay up to date on the biggest football matches, don't forget to like and subscribe.